Hey guys, I am back again for another Jurassic World Mattel Tour review. We're back at it with Jurassic World Hammond Collection, and as promised from yesterday, it's finally here. The Isla Sorna Velociraptor Encounter Pack from the Hammond Collection is here. One of my most anticipated figure sets I've always wanted. So of course, I would like to address that. Originally back in 2019, we were supposed to get a set that was supposedly like this for the Legacy Collection, but it only came out in some places, either Brazil or Chile. I forgot what the heck it came out in, but it did not come out in the US, and that absolutely made me mad. So thank freaking goodness we have a release just like the last set from Legacy Collection, but this time it's given that Hammond Collection treatment, and it's got more of a movie accurate look to it. And of course, this is only an Amazon exclusive, which could be a bummer for some people, but for me personally, it's just if the figure is out in a like easy to find location, then of course I'm going to pick it up there. So I'm finally glad that it's here, and we get to take a look at it. Of course, it's in this Jurassic World Survival Instincts packaging. As you can see down here, there's the logo over here. But overall, it's really just a cardboard box with nothing really else special from out. I don't even know what the heck that is. I think I blurred that out for a split second. But it's just got this big barcode and a bunch of other stuff. But of course, when you open this up, as most videos have shown already, if you've seen it, you open it up and it will reveal the Hammond Collection Alan Grant with the Velociraptor. May not be able to pick this up because it is downright just gonna be like this. I'm just gonna pick up a tripod and just look at this. This is obviously the digital render or production pic of the two figures in action, along with the iconic Jurassic Park 3 logo up there with the Hammond Collection logos, and of course the iconic freaking nostalgic production image of Alan Grant being surrounded by the male raptors and a bio alongside it. And really just the same Hammond Collection aesthetic. Just looks really fun. And of course we got this over here, which is the figure in the box along with the raptor and the different accessories. It's just really amazing. It's got the 30th anniversary Jurassic Park logo on there as well. Same aesthetic, but in a different look and style, of course, the way it opens up. So right off the bat, I can't wait to get this open. Let me go ahead and take a moment to just get everything out of the package. Alrighty, so now that we got everything out of the package, and I'm just happy. That's all I gotta say. I'm just so happy I finally got this. It's been such a pain waiting and waiting and waiting to get this thing back in stock. So they finally just got it back in stock, at least at this point. They're still continuously putting it back in stock because it's such a sought after figure at this point for the Hammond Collection. And at this point, I probably don't blame them because Jurassic Park 3 products are always so, like, difficult to come across sometimes. But man, I am so happy about this. Just overall the most exciting figure, and I'm just so glad it's here. So if we're going to take a little close-up detail of any figure first, we're going to go with Alan Grant because he's always first. So this is Alan Grant. The way he looks seems to be really, really good. I think his head sculpt is basically just as Alan Grant as you can get. You might not be able to see perfectly with the lighting and because of his hat covering up the lighting, but as you can see, his likeness to Sam Neill is definitely there. Like, to me, it's much better than his likeness in the Hammond Collection release from Jurassic Park, the original Hammond Collection Alan Grant, just with the one with a hat, because I think the hatless head on Alan Grant from the Hammond Collection, the first wave from last year, is a better head sculpt. So this basically is just another good looking likeness. Doesn't look too bad. I will say the hat though could have been better, and maybe I think this hat might be reused a little bit from the Dominion Alan Grant because of the way it's shaped. They could have reused the same hat from one of the Legacy figures because that hat's shaped much better. But overall, this looks really good. Just could have been a little better on the hat though. That's all I could say. But other than that, it's a nice head. But the overall look of Alan from JP3, this figure in general, is movie accurate as you can get. Really love the plaid shirt. Looks really nice and just as movie accurate. Does got some good detailing on there. And his pants being also movie accurate to the colors, supposedly gray. It looks really, really good. And I really like the detailing they put onto the figure, just like the last Alan Grant figure overall, and it's a completely different sculpt. It's not the same exact sculpt, so they definitely did make some changes on this Alan Grant. There's the back Definitely looks really decent. Really do like the way this figure looks, and it's just so nice to have another Jurassic Park 3 Alan Grant. The only flaw I do have with this, other than my nitpick with the hat, is that the head is not interchangeable. So far, I might have to boil some hot water or something, or just put hot water and just get the head off and try to interchange it with the hatless Dr. Grant head from the first wave. But overall, aside from that flaw, this is a really good looking figure. It's just so nice to have another Jurassic Park 3 Alan Grant. So that's all I really got to say about the Alan figure. Let's go ahead and move him away because we're not going to jump into comparisons right yet. Also, we're going to move on to the accessory. Here's Alan Grant's green backpack. Got some nice detailing. Nothing special because it's not entirely painted everywhere with more details. It's just simple but effective. His backpack can fit on, which we'll do that in a little bit. And then we have the Lucky Pack Billy has, where you can open the satchel up as well. Yep. You can open that up and you can store these tiny little, oh, almost lost that, tiny little eggs. As you can see, there is some detailing on the eggs as well. There's little tiny little speckles on the eggs. And there is holes over here where you can just place the eggs in there. Oh, that just landed right in there. I didn't have to put any effort on that. So there they go, right in there. Let's just leave them in there. And the bag is nicely detailed, as you can see. So we move that out the way. And then we got the interchangeable hands, which we don't have to worry too much about those. Let's go ahead and talk about the female Velociraptor, which is something that I really do love already. Take a little close-up look at this. And no, as you can see, it's not a paint error. I had the, well, the figure was pre-made to have the neck on the wrong direction. That's why the paint was down here instead of the other way around. So I corrected it. That's how it's supposed to look. Anyway, here's the close-up detailing of the female Velociraptor. And since this is my first Hammond Collection Velociraptor, being a JP3 one, aside from the warped jaw over here, it's got a nice head sculpt. Really do like the head sculpt on the toy. Definitely is film accurate, though it could be a tiny bit better with some more details. But other than that, I think I do really love the head sculpt of this Raptor, just like most Velociraptor toys from this line. It's just overall a really nice likeness to the female Raptor of Jurassic Park 3. And honestly, they could have added the red on the in the middle of the eye, but other than that, I just think it's a really good looking representation of the toy. It's just, or the dinosaur, not the toy, or whatever. But it's just really looking so incredibly detailed. It's got that iconic look, proportions wise. Just, I don't really care about some of the off-looking features of it, but it definitely does look really good. From here, I definitely do see a lot of good looking like posability you can get from it, or just it looks really good. I'm opening it up too wide. Of course, the detailing it in the inside looks just simple and effective. Teeth are kind of cartoonish looking, but I don't mind that. I don't really care about that. Just overall, the detailing of the head is nice. And the paint job on the figure is also nice, though the black stripes could have easily been a lot more black looking than brown, because again, they're a little bit brownish, but it's just, at least the patterns are definitely as accurate as you can get. They could have continued down a little bit more on the tail, but they don't. But that's okay. I don't really care as long as I'm happy with the toy. And I'm very happy with it. It's just such a nice looking Velociraptor. They definitely have a painted underside, which is the same colors as the feet and the brownish looking patterns, which I'm not sure that's supposed to be there, but I don't really care if it's not. It's just such a nice looking paint scheme overall. Definitely as accurate as you can get for the figure. Could be a little better, but it doesn't look too bad anyway. Just overall, it's got some really nice speckling, just like every other Mattel toy. And just overall, just that really iconic look is there. The proportions are a little off, but it doesn't really matter to me. Like, I'm just gonna say right there, it doesn't really matter if the proportions are a little off, especially the big feet. This is just the only time I'm experiencing it, and it's just overall fine. At least it's detailed and it's looking really good. It's got the rubbery tail with the posability on it. I did had it posed up a little bit like this. It is really nice. Just like the Dilophosaurus I reviewed, it's got that posability in the tail, so you can make it go all the way there, and then you can just put it back to normal whenever you feel like it. Let's just leave it at that. Definitely got some nice paintwork. Don't got any sloppiness on there. And yeah, overall, we already know the articulation points, which is it's got quite the bit. But yeah, just overall, really love this sculpt. It's just I don't care if there's anything off about the sculpt. As long as I'm happy with the toy, that's all that matters. It's definitely got that Velociraptor ghost look. I mean, the paint scheme in general, the white they use, definitely reminds me of a Velociraptor ghost. I mean, of course, a Velociraptor ghost is inspired by this raptor, so there's no surprise there. So literally this whole set has just made me happy. That's all I can say. I am obviously biased because Jurassic Park 3 is one of my favorite Jurassic films entirely. Like, I just can't get enough of this set, or just can't get enough of the female raptor in hand. This is just such a nice figure. I really love the detailing they put into this toy in this Hammond Collection release. The size is accurate enough as you can get for the scaling of the toy. Overall, really love this set. I just really do. Now let's go ahead and let's just try to go put some accessories on Dr. Grant, see how he looks, and then we can go ahead and do some comparisons. So at Alan Grant, I'm obviously going to compare to at least 3 other figures in the line. We have the original Jurassic Park 3 Alan Grant figure from the second wave, which is the only Jurassic Park 3 Alan at the time that looks sort of film accurate, but it's just obviously different looking. But it's just sort of like a much more aesthetically pleasing Alan Grant to match how he should look like in the film. But this was obviously a really nice figure, or at least a nice stand-in. And then we have the Wave 1 Hammond Collection figure right here. But like I said, I would love to switch this head and like try to mess around with this to see if it works. But I really can't because, of course, the heads don't really work that way from Mattel Toys. You just gotta put a little bit more effort into it. And then we have the Dominion Alan Grant, which is, like I said, the hat looks almost similar to the Hammond Collection Dr. Grant. This one here, just that's the only thing I'm comparative to. But yeah, I have a ton of Alan Grant figures I wanted to actually compare it to, but I'm just gonna stick to these. This is only my best examples. Here's a comparison with the female raptor against the original Jurassic Park 3 female raptor from the original toy line from Hasbro, and of course a Velociraptor Ghost, which, like I said, Velociraptor Ghost is inspired by the female raptor from Jurassic Park 3, so the paint scheme almost looks straight up similar. Even the brown paint they use on the Velociraptor looks similar to the Hammond Collection Velociraptor. It's just, it's so similar. Even just down to the patterns, like, it almost looks similar. Overall, it's just nice. They all look really good together. Also, it's just really nice to see that this female raptor is just meeting up with the Velociraptor Ghost. And also, you got this weird praying mantis looking eyes raptor, but still looks really nice. In fact, I still really love this paint scheme more. It could have literally implemented this same paint scheme on the Hammond Collection raptor, but overall, I think it's just nice regardless of how it looks. And here is the female raptor up against other Hammond Collection releases. I got the original Dilophosaurus release from the Hammond Collection line to go alongside it to see the scale, just almost the same scale. And of course, the previously reviewed Jurassic Park 3 Ankylosaurus, which looks really good right next to it. Again, big Ankylosaurus toy and a really beautiful toy. So it's just overall really nice, and they all look really great together. And it's also for another comparison, I'm going to bring out Billy Brennan. He has the bag on. It's just straight up, it fits on him, just like that. Now he's got it. Now he's actually got his lucky pack. Legit, literally like 20 or so years after this release, and he's actually got the actual lucky pack on him. Would be nice if we see a Hammond Collection release of Billy Brennan in general. Then maybe we could complete this. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe. I would like to see that. He looks really good right next to Alan Grant, so sizable enough. Also, here is the interchangeable hands and him holding the eggs, which of course he really can't hold them on because he doesn't have a tight grip on them, but you have to carefully place them on his hands so they can actually work. And it does look pretty goofy a little bit. And by goofy, I mean like my setup looks a little goofy. But at the same time, he does look really good. It's nice that he can hold the eggs, but it's just, I place it in a goofy scenario where it's like, here's the eggs. And the raptor is looking like she's a little confused. I don't know, I'm just being goofy. Also, I just had to go back in my accessories and pick up the vocal chamber that was included with the Darius figures and Can Cretaceous, and it's just nice that he's holding on to the vocal chamber. I wish this was an actual accessory in the Hammond Collection Isla Sorna Velociraptor counter pack, but overall, it's just nice that he's finally handling it, and it's just such a blessing, really. Now, while I don't have the Hammond Collection male raptors yet, soon. I will be getting those soon. It's actually coming a lot quicker than expected. Anyway, so while I don't have those yet, I definitely also would like to pose around with the Epic Attack Velociraptor that we reviewed previously. And yeah, I just had to go ahead and also recreate this iconic moment that I really loved of them just grabbing the eggs and about to start fleeing. But I also had them just look at each other for a little bit. Anyways, I might as well just end this review off on a close-up. I just really like this. That's it for this Jurassic World Hammond Collection Isla Sorna Encounter Pack. It's just such a really nice set, despite some tiny little issues, but I don't really care. It's just so dang nice that we finally have a Jurassic Park 3 Alan Grant figure alongside a Jurassic Park 3 female Velociraptor in this Hammond Collection form. The last release from Legacy Collection was never released in the US, so that bummed me out. So this made me so happy. I am so glad this exists. I'm so glad I have it, and it is so worth the money. It's definitely worth it. When you ever get a chance, go ahead and freaking pick this figure up. It's definitely a recommendation. It's only on Amazon, so that's kind of sucks at the same time, but it's still pretty nice that it's still available at some easy capacity. So that is it for this review. I hope you guys enjoy this, and tomorrow I will definitely be uploading more videos. I definitely have a lot more coming in and on the way, and I'll definitely have something special coming up. But other than that, you definitely just be looking out for more reviews. So that is it for this review. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll be seeing you guys later.